Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Heather. I am going to be sitting down today and just kind of talking with you guys, catching up, doing a little update, but also getting ready with you, kind of taking it old school and doing some makeup. You know, it's been a minute since we've done makeup together, so I'm gonna sit here, get ready for the day, do my makeup, chit chat, answer some questions and all that fun stuff. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, like this video, and if you want to see how I got my little everyday look, then go ahead and just keep on watching. Just FYI, I literally cut off a chunk of my finger yesterday, so I have it bandaged. It's kind of bleeding through the band-aid, but it's fine. We're just gonna move forward. First things first is I'm gonna start with my brows. I'm using the NYX brow glue. This stuff is my favorite stuff when my brows have a little bit of lamination still in them. I laminated my brows probably like, I don't even know, it could be 3 weeks to a month ago, and they're starting to fall. When they start to fall, that's when I start to actually use something on my brows. That's what I'm using here. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Just a little quick update on the bleeding situation. I'll tell you guys about that real quick. So yesterday I was getting stuff ready because I wanted to practice sewing. Me and Cody actually started taking sewing classes. I think we've done 2 classes so far. They're only on Tuesdays, so it's not like we really get a whole lot of time to do them, but we started doing them, and last Tuesday we ended up making a pillow, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, I feel ready for the world. I feel ready to take on some sewing on my own. So I bought a bunch of stuff and I was like, let's give it a try. Let's see what we can get figured out here. And one of those things was a rotary cutter. This is what a rotary cutter looks like if you guys don't know, but it is something that you can use to actually cut fabric really easily and just like in a straight line in one shot. And it's really a good tool to use because you don't have to sit there like messing with scissors and having like wonky cuts or anything like that. So anyway, I got this new rotary cutter and I was just kind of like opening everything up and just checking it out, seeing what it was like and seeing if I could learn how to use it and all that stuff. And there's not a lot to it, honestly. It's just something that like slides. Think of like a pizza cutter, right? You're just like sliding across the pizza to cut it. And so I was just checking it out and I was like, oh, why is this like stuck? Not realizing like, hello, it's got a lock on it so that you don't accidentally cut yourself. And I think I ended up moving the lock, and because I already had pressure, I don't know if I can like explain it, so I'm holding it in my hand, and I think because I already had pressure on it, it just like poof, and it sliced off a chunk of my finger. So that's great. Trigger warning, I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like, all the blood and all the gross stuff, so if you don't like it, fast forward just a little bit through this video. But here's what it looked like when I was soaking my finger. That is solution mixed with blood, and this is what my finger looked like this morning. So it's definitely like clotted. It's definitely much better. It took them a long time to get it to clot, which I thought was really surprising because I don't have any kind of like blood problems or anything like that, but it was not a fun situation. All right, next we're going to start off with primer. I've been wearing primer a lot more these days just because I like to get the additional SPF that's in there. So I'm using the Sun Touchable Whoa Glow from e.l.f. And this one is in the color Sunbeam, and I'm basically just gonna put it all over my face. I only got one hand to use, so that's great. Guys, let me give you guys an update on what is going on in my life. Obviously, as I said, me and Cody started taking sewing classes, which I think is super cool. I want to learn how to, you know, take in clothes myself, or even learn how to like make my own clothes. I think that'd be so dope. If you guys have been following me for like a really long time, like I'm talking back in the day when I was in high school, you probably know that I had tried to make my own clothes before, and I was trying to teach myself how to sew back in the day, and I kind of just like, I don't know, I think, you know, you just get busy with life, you kind of drop a few hobbies or whatever. So I never continued pursuing it, but I feel like, I don't know, it's just such a good skill to have that I really want to learn how to do it. And so I found us a sewing class and it's been going awesome. Definitely enjoying it, having a good time. So love that. I think today I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Camo CC cream. I've been using the Wet n Wild one because I just like something that's not super heavy on the skin right now, but because I have things going on later today, I figured it would be nice to have a little bit more coverage. So we're gonna go ahead and use the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. This is in the color Light 240W, and I'm gonna try not to use too much because I still don't want it to be like super thick, so we'll see what this looks like. That's one thing. I also am really trying to focus on just helping my body feel better. I don't know if I've said it on here yet, but I definitely talk about it on other social media, which if you're not following my other social media accounts, you know I'm gonna hook you up. Pretty much every other social media account besides YouTube is the Heather123, so you can just go to any of those ones there where I'm a little bit more active than I am here on YouTube. But I actually found out, I think like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I think it's been 2 years ago. I actually found out that I have insulin resistance, and it's definitely not a fun thing to find out because that means I have to be a lot more careful now compared to like how I was. Not that I wasn't careful before. I think I've always been a little bit careful when it comes to my health, but I have to be a little bit more careful in terms of there's a lot of stuff that I could eat that could cause me to just not really feel good and feel tired, sluggish, bloated, yucky, you know, all of those wonderful things. And so I'm gonna tell you guys what the definition online is, but insulin resistance basically means that your body's cells don't know how to respond to your insulin properly. So glucose can't enter the cells as easily and it just builds up in your blood. Obviously this can lead to diabetes, but with insulin resistance, your glucose levels are obviously a lot higher, but they're not quite diabetic yet. So there's just a lot of obviously not fun things that can come with this, and it's never a fun thing to have like anything going on with your body, but I've just had to be a lot more aware of just what I'm putting in my body and making sure that I'm taking care of my body. I started checking my glucose levels a lot more often now, and also been trying my best to not eat after like 8:30 because I don't want to spike those glucose levels at all. You do not feel good when that stuff happens, and it's not a fun situation. Now, for my insulin resistance, they had actually put me on metformin. It's pretty common for them to put you on metformin when you have PCOS because it is a diabetic drug that is supposed to help lower those glucose levels, help with your insulin. I think they even use it like off-brand for weight loss, similar to Ozempic and things like that. But let me give you guys the tea, the good, the bad, and the ugly on metformin, because I did take metformin for about a year. I just did not feel good. I definitely lost weight, right? Which is what we were trying to do because I was having a hard time losing weight. But I lost weight because I wasn't eating. You know what I mean? It was really hard for me to hit even just my calorie goals, my protein goals, things that I normally liked eating just was not tasting good anymore. Like I would have these protein shakes that I loved and I stopped drinking them because they were just so nauseating to me. A lot of stuff was giving me like taste aversions. I wasn't eating a lot because there was nothing that really sounded good, tasted good. It was really hard for me to even like want to eat dinner 90% of the time. I feel like I was just like, let's eat cereal. Like I ate a lot of cereal, a lot of pineapple, a lot of pizza because there was just nothing that tasted good to me, and I genuinely hated that feeling. I just was not. This is the Chic Lamb Golden Sun Sculpt Corrector, and then I'm using the LYS Lists No Limits Motivate just to kind of warm it up a little bit, a little bronzy, a little bit of both. But anyway, I think I just kept trying to eat what I could and just take in what I could, but it was really, really hard, and I was losing muscle mass, I was losing weight. I just wasn't happy with the results of my body. Obviously, the goal was to help me lose weight and manage my glucose levels. I was losing weight, but I wasn't necessarily managing glucose levels. There was actually some blood work done that showed that my glucose levels were out of whack. They actually looked like they were a little bit worse than when I started metformin. So I was like, okay, do I really want to keep staying on this? And I think that my last straw was mine and Cody's anniversary back in January. We went out to eat at this restaurant that I remember really liking. I was super excited to take them because I was like, oh, this restaurant's so cute. It's called Seneca. It's out here, I think in like downtown San Diego, but it's really cute because it's like rooftop, total vibe, really yummy, like Italian food, but I couldn't eat anything. I ate the bread, got me a little bit nauseous. I ate some olives, got me super nauseous, and then I could barely eat any of my food because I was just so nauseous. And I was like, you know what? I can't do this. So my next appointment that I had with my doctor, I ended up telling her, I was like, I cannot be on metformin anymore. Like, I just don't know what quality of life there is when I don't want to eat anything. I don't feel good. I don't want to eat anything. I don't like anything. And so I got off of it in January, and we're now in March, and I have definitely gotten my appetite back. I've definitely been eating more. I've gained some weight back, but it's honestly such healthy weight, and I'm okay with it. I'm gonna try to do some cutting once I can get myself back to a place where I feel like I'm consistently eating what I need to eat. This is the e.l.f. liquid blush in Peach Perfect. I really like this one. I've been really into peachy colors lately. You know, I've definitely gained some weight, and I want to work on losing some of the fat, but I want to be able to get myself back to a place where I'm eating a good amount of protein, fiber, things like that in every meal, and I'm not having like all these crazy aversions to things, because that's what really made it super hard for me, I feel, to just stay up with any kind of like eating plan. Interjecting really quick because I forgot to tell you guys about another common thing that happens with metformin, and it is that you tend to like have to use the restroom a lot, and sometimes it happens at very random times, and there were a lot of close calls for me. Yeah, it's not, how can I be the most descriptive without being disgusting? I know a lot of people don't like to talk about poo. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, people in the medical field probably get what I'm saying, but it was not solid and it was not healthy looking. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just very, that's all I'm gonna say. So that's another thing that I was just like, I don't want to be like almost shitting my pants. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be having these situations where I feel like poop because I have to poop. You feel me? So that was another thing. I wasn't a fan. I really wasn't a fan. And I think it works for some people, and I think there's been great success. But for me, it was a lot of nausea. It was a lot of like aversions to food. Like, I would randomly get nausea if I wouldn't eat, but I wouldn't want to eat because nothing sounded good. So it's like, I could be driving to the gym in the morning and I would have nausea. I would be driving on my lunch break to go, I don't know, run errands at UPS or something, and I would get nausea, and it just was not a fun feeling to just be super nauseous all the time. And I think since getting off metformin, I definitely feel so much better. I feel so much happier that I can eat things that I want to eat. Stupid Ken. I was looking at my questions because I want to get to some of those since we're doing my everyday look. I go through it so quickly, and it's getting ugly outside because it's going to start raining soon. But anyway, I feel like the color is just so ugly too. I wish that I could change those to like a softer color, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. I was on metformin, but I have since been off of it. It's been exactly 2 months since I've been off. And like I said, I've gained some weight back. I've definitely gained my appetite back, and I just feel so much better. So definitely want to say, if you want to try something out, try it for your body, see if it works, and see if you are happy with the results. If it is causing more stress and problems than it's helping with, it's totally not worth it, and you have to think about your quality of life. You know what I mean? So just something for me to throw out there for you guys, a little knowledge. Let's put our face first, and then I'm gonna start with one of the questions. So the first question that I got was from Celeste, and it said, why didn't you pursue YouTube as a full-time job? And I think this is a really interesting question because I have thought about this so much over the years. I've thought about, you know, everything that shoulda, coulda, woulda. I thought about just kind of like how my life has, I guess, transpired and just kind of become what it is. Do I regret not doing it? Yes and no, right? Like, a part of me is like, man, like, I could have had so much money. I could have been living in California much sooner. I could have been doing so much more. But a part of me is like, I think I had to go through a lot of the learning experiences that I went through, because having so much money as a kid, I was literally a kid when I was starting YouTube, you guys, and having so much money as a kid and not really knowing a lot about money management, I think just would have not been a good situation for me. On top of that, I had never lived outside of Arizona, so I feel like that would have been a huge change for me. And I feel like the need to consistently post would have greatly outweighed my desire. Well, no. Yeah. I would have felt very much obligated to post. I would have felt very like, I don't know. I just think that a lot of what I was and who I am now wouldn't have been as authentic if I didn't go through the things that I went through. And I think I don't know if I ever would have known that this was like the route I wanted to take my life, right? Obviously, I'm not into doing like a whole bunch of makeup and hair and talking about beauty and things like that. And that's fine. I feel like that chapter of my life is very much closed. But I feel like me coming out here and trying to learn more about women's health and just being kind of like a voice for people who don't know, women who don't know what's going on in their bodies, I think that to me feels so much more fulfilling. And I don't know if I would have ever gotten to this place if I was immediately thrown into the world of like makeup and beauty. A lot of the people that I used to watch back in the day that had the same opportunities as me have done amazing. They've blown up, they've done something great with their lives and their careers, and I think that's awesome. But a lot of them have kind of stayed, not all of them, but a lot of them have kind of stayed in that makeup world. And I think it's because obviously they have a passion for that and they love it. And I just feel like for me, makeup was not a passion for me anymore. It was really just like, okay, like this was fun to do. I enjoyed it. I'm kind of over it. And so I feel like just, I don't know, having the need to post about makeup all the time and hair and go to these events where I just knew I wasn't the right personality for that, I just don't think would have done me well. And I think back a lot, let me kind of like put this into perspective for you guys. When I got the opportunity to go to New York and film with Nikki Tutorials for Maybelline, I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they chose me. I can't believe that I get to do this. Like, this is so cool. This is like opportunity of a lifetime. I'm so excited. And I genuinely was just not in the right place or mindset. Obviously, a lot of it had to do with just like how I felt about myself in general. I wasn't happy with my looks. I wasn't happy with my weight. I wasn't happy with the relationship that I was in. And I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and like blame the relationship, but a lot of that relationship just did not make me feel good about myself. And so I didn't believe in myself, right? Like I was like, wow, like I can't believe they chose me. And so let me just kind of like break down how it went for you guys so that you can kind of understand a little bit better. But I got this opportunity of a lifetime to go to New York and film with Maybelline and Nikki Tutorials. And when I was there, I felt so out of place, so uncomfortable, so like I wasn't supposed to be there. And I met a few girls there that were super nice, and they just had that personality, right? Like they just had that extroverted quality. They just had that like I belong here kind of thing going on, and I didn't. And it really showed because after I filmed, I ended up going back to my hotel room, ordering in, and then leaving the next day. And that was it. And a few of the girls ended up going out to eat with Nikki, and I just was like, wow, like I couldn't do that. Like I couldn't just like not be shy for like 1 second and go do that and make connections and network and stuff. And I think I just realized I wasn't made for some of those events. And again, a lot of it had to do with like where I was mentally at that time in my life, but it really opens my eyes now as I look back on that, and I'm just like, I don't think I was ever made for that kind of stuff. Like, I don't think I was ever made for those kinds of events. And as much as like I love being here on social media and talking to you guys and doing makeup and hair and whatever, I think that I know that my purpose is so much more than this. And so I think if I went to something now where it was more based on like women's health or PCOS, I think I would have a lot more confidence in myself to be able to speak on that stuff. One, because I'm just a more confident person now than I was back then. But two, because I feel like I have this drive and this passion for it. Whereas at that time, I didn't really have that with makeup anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think, very long-winded answer to the question, but I think I didn't pursue it full time because I was scared, one, but two, I knew that this wasn't going to be like a forever thing for me as far as like doing the kind of videos that I was doing at that time. I'm just in such a different place now. And I don't know if I would have been built out the way that I am now and doing the things that I do now, which I feel so much more connected to and I feel so much more helpful for you guys, if I took that route. That's my answer to that. I feel like it just wasn't for me, and the universe, God, whatever it is, knew that that was the case, and that's why things kind of turned out the way they turned out. Also, I was using this Shades by Shan Life of the Party quad. This one, I think that's just the name of it, Life of the Party. This is what it looks like, super pretty. I just put this all over the lids, on top and underneath. This is, again, my everyday look that I've been doing, and it's just super easy and fast, and I love it. And I can do it so fast when I'm not sitting here talking. I'm also gonna take a little bit of this like light, kind of cool toned, but it's like, I don't know, neutral. We'll just call it neutral because it's not cool and it's not warm, but it's just a good color to just put on my lid. This is Jason Wu, and I think this is the Matte Agave palette. Love it. It's my faves because it's just got so many pretty matte colors. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on the lid. All right, let's go to the next question. How is your career going? What career goals or promotions do you want? By SNatV. So my career is going really well. I actually am in a place, you guys, that is just so beautiful to see as like me looking back on who I used to be, because there were so many times at my old job where I genuinely was so overwhelmed, so overworked, so underpaid that I literally was in such a terrible place mentally. I don't want to take this too dark because this is going to be happy stuff, but I just was not in a good place mentally, where I had a lot of weird suicidal ideations and things that just didn't make me feel good. And I feel like with this job now, I feel so much more at peace. I feel like I actually have, I'm using these two lighter colors now. I feel like I actually have like work-life balance. I feel financially much better off. I definitely am making a lot more money now at this job than I was at my last, and it just feels nice to know that I can be in a place now where I feel good when I'm done with the day, even if it's a stressful ass day. Like this last week was very stressful, you guys. It was such a stressful week. I had a lot of clients that were very needy, and it was a lot. And I'm glad to say that like I'm able to disconnect for the weekend and like refresh and get back to it, whereas with my old job wasn't so much the same. So I feel like I'm just in such a good spot now with my career. I know kind of what my goal is moving forward as far as how I want to like progress in this company. Right now I'm considered a VITAM, which is a virtual IT manager, and I am basically like the liaison between my client and our service desk. I am what you would just think of if I was working at your company and you had an IT manager on site. That's me. I'm just not on site all the time. So I think now I have 11 clients. 10 clients? I don't know. We'll just say 10 clients. I have like 10 clients that I manage. I am their IT manager, and so I take care of a lot of their stuff as it relates to IT, and I don't necessarily do the tickets. So tickets that come in, which is what I was doing a lot of. I was doing basically what my job is now on top of tickets at my other job, and now I don't have to really do as many tickets, which is beautiful, but I'm still very much involved in the IT side of things and work very closely with my clients to make sure that we give them everything that they need and make sure that they are running smoothly and that IT is just looking good. The next, I guess, position at this company would be for me to move into a VCIO role, which is Virtual Chief Information Officer. This is the Essence Extreme Lasting Waterproof Eye Pencil in Silky Nude. I just put it right in like the middle of my eyes so that it kind of just makes them pop a little bit more. Just a little pro tip. And then I take this double-sided brush here, and I have this like flat, nice little brush that I use to kind of draw out my wing, because I've been doing a lot of my wings with powder rather than actual eyeliner. But yeah, so that would be my next role, I feel, is to move into a virtual information officer, which is dope. And it's a lot more of like the reporting, and I feel like just less technical, which I'm not opposed to being in the technical roles because I've been doing IT for so long. I'm definitely not opposed to it, and I definitely enjoy it, and I know that IT is a good career field, but I just feel like I am ready for something a little bit different. That's kind of why I am very much open to the idea of me moving into a different role. So yeah, I think that would be like my goal for my job, my career, and just kind of like moving forward, what I'm looking for. I think It's been a nice 2 years. I'm definitely still kind of feeling like the new guy at my job, but only because I don't really know a lot of, I feel like what I'm supposed to be doing a lot of the times, but my clients are happy and things are doing what they need to do. So I think I'm doing it right. My boss is always telling me that I'm doing a good job. So I feel like I'm doing things right. I think I just kind of still feel a little bit like unsure with myself, but that's just me all the time. I feel like I have such like imposter syndrome sometimes that it's like, girl, you made it this far, like quit doubting yourself, you know? It's my next one. Can you still burp on command? I actually can't really burp on command. I've tried, I can do like little ones, but for a lot of the stuff that I do for OF, I actually have to drink carbonated drinks so that I can actually get these burps out, which sucks, but it's just the way it goes. I follow you on Instagram. Can you follow me back? Can you do mukbang videos? I definitely can. I think what's hard for me when it comes to mukbangs is that like I don't like to eat a lot because I don't like feeling like crap, to be quite honest. And I feel like with mukbangs, you have to eat kind of like a lot of food. I feel like that's kind of what draws the appeal to them. I'll look into that, see what I can do, what I can figure out. Okay, next. This is from Cindy Mora. What's a normal day look like for you? Excited to see a video. Miss your good vibes. Thank you so much, girl. Normal everyday day looks like this. I get up, I go to the gym in the morning. I try to get my movement in for the day. I feel like it's really hard for me to not like gym in the morning. I can't go after work. It's just hard. Like I don't have the energy, I'm tired, and I like starting the day off with something that makes me feel good, and the gym makes me feel amazing. So I start off with the gym. This is the Pixie Glowy Powder Peach Dew. Love this stuff. It's gorgeous. It's pretty. It's got a little bit of glow to it, but I'm also going to mix it with a little bit of a pinky one. This is Pinch Me Pink by Wet n Wild. So after the gym, I come home, I eat breakfast, I get ready for work, and I work my 8 to 5 all day from this area here. You're actually sitting at my desk with me. This is where I have like my computer and everything like that. So I come and I work at this desk 8 to 5, do my whole day, whatever it is, and then Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and sometimes Friday, it's just get done with work, make dinner, relax, or try to work on a project of some sort. Tuesdays, I now go to my little sewing classes with Cody, so we always try to make time for that. We'll go to our sewing classes and then go grab like ice cream or dinner afterwards. It's like our little kind of like built-in date night where we get to do something fun together, but also go grab some grub. So I think that's super nice. And then if it is any of the other days, I always try to like spend some time doing something that is productive rather than just sitting around watching TV, because I do a lot of that. I do sit around and watch shows and stuff with Cody after work, because a lot of the times, guys, I am so freaking exhausted. I don't want to do anything, but I also don't like to waste my time. Like yesterday when all this stuff happened with my stupid finger, I was so upset that I wasted so much time. I was like, I could have had all day to do fun stuff. And like today I was supposed to work on a project that I have for my nieces. I'm making them a little Barbie doll house. Well, not making it, I'm redoing a Barbie doll house that I'm going to gift them in the summer. I'm really excited for that. That's one of the things that I was supposed to be doing this weekend, and now I can't because I don't have 2 hands to do things with. This is the Better Than Sex Foreplay mascara by Too Faced. I'm just gonna let that dry and then I'll wipe it off because I don't want to deal with it. Warm my face up with a good bronzer. This is the Half Caked Double Dipper in the color Siesta Key. So that's pretty much what a normal day looks like for me. Like I said, I'll try my best to kind of squeeze in content or something where I can. I'll actually show you guys my little to-dos. How is the battery already dying? Whatever. Anyways, I'll film, you know, I'll put like film thrift video and haul, work on the dollhouse, film an OF video, edit a video, film content for TikTok. Like I try to do this so that I can get some stuff filmed and make the best use of my time. So that's kind of what a day in my life is looking like. If it's a weekend, that's usually super packed and filled with whatever is going on that weekend. This weekend we have friends in town, so we're gonna have a dinner later tonight. Next weekend I'll be in Arizona because we're celebrating my dad's birthday. So it just kind of depends on that. Actually, this is pretty much almost done. And then I actually take this highlight that I got from TJ Maxx. This is the Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is called Extra. It's the loose highlighter. I really love this stuff for my little nose highlight. It's like one of my favorite things to do. I don't know why, but I love it. So I just go down the bridge just a smidge. Look at me, Dr. Seuss. And then I take a little bit and I dot it on the nose so I can have like a little cute. And then I'm gonna take this and kind of strengthen up the contour here. That's pretty much all I do for my everyday look. There's not a lot left to it, so I guess we're just gonna have to call this. I surprisingly did not get a lot of questions, which like it's crazy because there's sometimes on social media where I get so many questions and then I just like answer it there, or I just don't have time to answer them all. And then there's times like this weekend where I don't have a whole lot, which is fine. I feel like I talk too much as it is, and this video is going to be super long anyways, so we don't need a bunch of questions. I just put on the LA Girl lip liner in Sugar and Spice. This is my favorite lip topper right now. This is the e.l.f. Glow Reviver lip oil in the color Honey Twax. And I just love throwing this on top. So I think it just looks so pretty. And you can never go wrong with a nice lip oil. I gotta fix my brow. So I actually use this CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in the color Soft Brown. And I will go through and just kind of elongate my wing, because this side has a longer wing. And then kind of color this one in just a little bit. And then I just kind of color in some of my spots that are pretty sparse. And then I'll take the other side and just kind of brush it through so it doesn't look super drawn in. I forgot to spray myself. So I use the All Day Hype Makeup Setting Fix by Powder for Room. I love this because it's just very soft, very fine mist. Yeah, that is the finished look. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you had some fun just kind of sitting here chatting with me, catching up. If you did, please leave a huge thumbs up. If you made it to this portion of the video, which is the end, leave a little flower emoji down below, because we are signifying growth, we're signifying spring, we're signifying new things, and I just love that. So leave a little flower down below if you made it this far into the video. And again, thank you guys so much. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys come back and support me and love watching my videos still. And I hope that this was entertaining but also informative for you guys. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.